Thank you for listening to my short story called The Girl Who Fell from the Sky by John Ramos. If you like what you hear, then please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I will upload a new chapter every few days. Now, on to our story, narrated courtesy of Speechify. Chapter 2. Hot Dog Loves Pepsi. When she first opened her eyes, she panicked. Her gaze snapped onto Adam's face, a wild, bearded stranger with sad eyes and a hopeful smile, holding out a cracked coffee mug like some awkward offering of peace. His voice was soft, but to her, it was noise. Alien noise. She scrambled backward across the mattress, hissing something sharp and guttural. Her eyes were full of fire, her body trembling. Adam raised his hands. Hey! Okay, yeah, I know. Hairy, pale, weird guy suddenly hovering over you? I'd freak out too. He smiled, trying not to look like a threat. Look, I promise I'm not going to dissect you or make you my space bride or anything weird. Unless you're into that, then I mean, kidding. Totally kidding. Adam smiled wide, expecting laughter, something. He got nothing. Just a tense silence that thickened the air between them. So he knelt slowly, then took a long sip from the cup to show it was safe. His eyes met hers. He waited. After a long beat, she reached for it. Her fingers brushed his. She flinched, then paused. She sniffed the drink, tasted it, then drank deeply, like it had been a lifetime since her last sip. When she finished, she looked at him, not quite grateful but not afraid either, and held up 2 fingers, gesturing for more. Adam lit up. So aliens love Pepsi? Who'd have thought? He stood with a stretch and exaggerated swagger. Wait till you pair it with a hot dog. It's like a mini orgasm. He watched her, waiting for a twitch of a smile. A raised eyebrow. Anything. Nothing. But her breathing had steadied. Her shoulders weren't tight. She was still. To Adam, that was victory. I'm Adam. This is Earth, and I'm a guy. And you are? She blinked, her eyes narrowing slightly. Not in fear, but in contemplation. Her gaze swept across Adam's face with slow calculation, as if she were parsing through ancient data, matching his features to memories she didn't know she had. But still, she said nothing. Do you have a name? Is it Nebula? Gamora? Something weird like? Channing Tatum? Again, Adam waited for a response, and this time she opened her mouth, allowing a single word to escape. Zia, she whispered. Adam perked up. Zia? Is that your name? Or like, the place you're from? Or are you telling me you're hungry? Zia, she repeated, slower. Okay, Zia it is. Adam happily replied. He gave her a thumbs up. So, Zia, are you hungry? I've got leftover rabbit stew. Didn't toss it, even though it was supposed to be my last meal. Lucky you. Still no reaction. Or maybe you're vegan? I don't think I have anything a vegan would like. Adam thinks about it. Funyuns, maybe? Grass? Do you people like, eat grass? Zia ignored him. She tried to stand. A sudden move, but pain shot through her leg. She winced and collapsed back into the bedding. Adam rushed forward instinctively. Yeah, about that. I was going to mention it. The whole messed up leg thing. But since we don't speak the same language, I didn't... She glared at him, brow furrowed, not in fear, but confusion. Maybe frustration. As if she almost understood him. Like his words were faint echoes of something she used to know. And for Adam, that almost was enough. After a few days, Zia's leg hadn't healed. It throbbed, stiff and swollen from the crash. Every day, Adam watched as Zia attempted to walk, and every day, the same result. Pain. So one morning, Adam bundled Zia gently in blankets, lifted her into a little red wagon he'd found in a neighbor's yard, and said, "Field trip." She didn't understand the words, but she allowed it. The trip was slow, but Adam treated it like a tour. Adam wheeled her through cracked sidewalks and overgrown floral streets, the red wagon squeaking with every bump. He pointed out his favorite burger place, Rick's Burgers, his favorite record store, Lovell's Records, and, of course, his favorite comic book shop, Cobra Comics. And, of course, Zia understood none of it. As they crested the hill overlooking Penn Park, the ship came into view, blackened and collapsed, smoke-stained metal twisted like tinfoil in a child's hand. Zia didn't speak, but her breath caught. Adam watched her eyes go wide, shimmer, and fill. Her body trembled slightly. She reached out instinctively, as if hoping some fragment might still pulse, might still call her home. She cried, without sound, quiet tears slipping down her luminous cheeks. Adam turned away, not because he didn't care, but because he did. He knelt down and pretended to tie his boot, giving her space to grieve whatever world she'd lost. And when he stood, he didn't say a word. He just wheeled her home. Over the next couple of weeks, Zia's legs slowly began to heal, but her spirit remained splintered. The light in her eyes was gone. She spent most days tucked beneath the covers, still and silent, her body present but her mind adrift. Sometimes Adam could hear her weeping softly through the door, and it shattered him a little more each time. Every day, he left a plate of food outside her bedroom. He'd knock once, wait, then walk away. By the time he returned, the plate was empty and neatly placed in the hall. It wasn't much, but it was something, a silent dance of routine and survival. Then, one morning, something shifted. Adam wandered into the kitchen, scratching his beard, trying to figure out if he had enough canned peaches to fake a dessert. But from the corner of his eye, something caught his attention. The calendar, tacked to the fridge, a single date circled in red. December. Adam's heart skipped. A grin cracked across his face. Christmas, he whispered. Later that night, Adam was sprinting down the hallway, banging on Zia's door with the energy of a child on a sugar high. The door creaked open. Zia stood there, squinting, blanket still draped over her shoulders. Her expression was pure annoyance, eyes half-lidded, like they were asking, "What now? Do you know what day it is?" Adam practically bounced. "It's Christmas!" Zia blinked. "Nothing. You know, ho ho ho, Santa, Rudolph." Again, he got nothing from Zia. Still, Adam's enthusiasm didn't waver. He gently took her hand, warm and hesitant, and led her into the living room. "Look," he said, his voice bursting. "Look!" Zia's eyes widened. For the first time since she crash-landed on Earth, she smiled. A full, radiant smile that stretched across her face like sunlight breaking through a storm. The living room was aglow with holiday magic. Stockings hung along the banister. Lights twinkled across the walls. A fake Christmas tree stood proudly in the corner, dressed in tinsel and tiny glass ornaments Adam had scavenged over the years. And on the record player, Darlene Love sang her eternal anthem, All Alone on Christmas, filling the space with cheer. Adam watched her, heart thudding like a drumbeat of something he hadn't felt in years, hope. For the first time, she looked the way he'd only imagined in his loneliest moments. Open, joyful, alive. Her smile stretched wide, eyes shimmering as the Christmas lights flickered across her cheeks. She looked not like a visitor from another world, but like someone rediscovering the beauty of this one. Overwhelmed, Adam couldn't help himself. He danced. Not well. His limbs flailed, his feet shuffled off beat, and he spun with the graceless glee of a man who had no audience, no shame, and all the joy in the world. He danced like someone who had just been told the world wasn't ending after all. Like a child who still believed in magic. Zia watched him, blinking in amused confusion, and for the briefest moment, the silence between them didn't feel so lonely. Later that evening, Zia sat cross-legged by the fireplace, cradling a chipped plate of roasted rabbit and foraged greens. A red Santa hat sat tilted on her head, far too big, almost swallowing her ears. The sleeves of an ugly Christmas sweater, green with glittery snowmen and cartoon reindeer, hung past her wrists. She looked ridiculous. And yet, radiant. Adam sat cross-legged across from her, a small gift-wrapped box balanced in his lap. She watched him curiously, chewing slowly, eyebrows raised. "Okay, so, on Earth," Adam began, holding out the gift. "We used to give each other presents on Christmas. It was how we showed we cared. You know, before everyone vanished." Zia tilted her head. "My dad used to get me a sweater and matching khakis every year. Thought it made me look responsible. Never once got me an Xbox, though." He chuckled softly. Zia looked down at the box, then back at him. "You open it," he said, gently pushing it toward her. "Just rip the paper. Don't overthink it." With cautious fingers, she peeled at the wrapping, slowly, deliberately. When she opened the lid, her breath caught. Inside was a snow globe. And not just any snow globe. Dodger Stadium, perfectly preserved behind glass. Tiny fans, a miniature scoreboard, the stands dusted with plastic snow. Zia held it like it was fragile starlight. Her fingers brushed the base. Adam reached over and gently turned it upside down. Snowflakes whirled. "My mom and dad surprised me with tickets once," Adam said, voice softening. "One of the best nights of my life. Top 3, easy." Kershaw threw a no-hitter against the Rockies. Place erupted like a firework. He smiled, lost in the memory. "I'm not afraid to say it. My dad and I hugged and cried." Zia stared into the globe, snow settling like memories. Then, quietly, she spoke. "Adam." He blinked, looked up, excited. "Yeah, I'm Adam. That's right." She pointed at him. "Pepsi." Then to herself. "Hot dog." Adam burst out laughing. "Close enough, Zia. It was close enough."
That's the end of this chapter, but Adam and Zia's story is just beginning. The next chapter drops in a few days. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss it. Share your theories in the comments. We read them all. You're watching The House of Strange Love. where every story leaves a scar and a heartbeat.